Okay guys, we've got Mama in the background. I'm in the foreground. At least I think I am. Yes. Okay. We're in Luke's paddock right now. I've got you guys on a tree, and I'm gonna show this at the end of the video here. I'm gonna take this thing down. But man, these horses have been chewing away and steadily going at this thing. It's really good. So the question, to recap, there's all kinds of birds and everything going on around here. So the question to recap is, how do you know you're in over your head with your horse? When do you need a trainer? When do you need some help? When do you need somebody to come in who might be able to do something different with your horse? And it's an excellent question, because there's a lot of people that are faced with this circumstance or situation where they have a horse that they just can't do something with. Now that something could be something very big or something very little, and but it could mean the difference between having a safe ride and not having a safe ride, being safe being around them and not being safe being around them. You don't want to get kicked, you don't want to get bit, you don't want to get knocked over, you don't want to have any safety concerns. So you're thinking, well, how do I do that? And you might watch a lot of videos, and you might read a lot of articles, and you might try some stuff, and there's tons of examples for this. So sometimes the best way to explain a concept is through a few stories, maybe, so the concept can be applied to any one of these stories. So I'll tell a few things. I mean, just now, just recently, just here in this situation here, I can explain 4 horses immediately. First is the Mustang. If you haven't been following that, I'll link that below. But I've got a Mustang here that one day needs to be ridden, but really primarily she needs to feel like she's safe, to feel like she can be around people and it not be something that scares her. And her owner hasn't, she spent a good amount of time, she's trying very hard, but there's a point in time where she just says, I don't think I'm getting it, I think I need help. And that came with time. It may not be something that you just suddenly know. You're like, oh, I just know I need some help. Maybe you do, but a lot of times it's through trial and error, and you're just not getting somewhere, and finally you're sort of at the end of your rope, so to speak. And so she asked. Another great example, we've got Baby here, and her owner is wonderful. She's a wonderful horse, wonderful owners, great people, everything's good all around, great environment the horse lives in. But there's something there that the horse has found a particular pattern that works really well for her, for the people that she's around. And sometimes when that pattern gets established, you stop noticing what's happening. You stop sort of realizing that what is happening before what's alarming you. So maybe you get hurt somehow. It doesn't matter how. Maybe you get hurt. Maybe you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you just feel unsafe. It doesn't matter. You don't have to get hurt. But something has happened before that. There's a series of events that happens, and always with horses, that you're not maybe catching or haven't been able to see or don't recognize. And there is no, okay, I'm gonna cover my point of that after my next story. So Baby's here to learn how to be around people and just be kind and respectful, but not fearful. We're not looking for fear. So how do you get that? How do you get that without being really worried? Because when people get worried, humans get worried, we get very, it's very easy to be afraid and then angry. And one of the biggest challenges you'll hear from any horseman out there that has had a reasonable amount of experience, or even not so much, is being able to keep your patience, keep your calm, being able to kind of come up and come down just as fast. Just like a horse, really. You'll watch them play, and you'll watch them do things, and you'll watch them push each other around. And there's a spike of activity, and then it comes right down. And that's it, they chill out. So that's how we have to sort of be able to talk to them as well. So there's a situation where, you know, the things that have been tried aren't working. Okay, well, let's ask for some help. Let's see if somebody can get something else done. who has got different patterns and different tools in their tool set. Another great example is where people will come to me and they can't ride their horse. Maybe their horse is completely unrideable. Or maybe they're just worried about whether they can ride, whether they can get past those concerns, those worries, those things that make them feel unsafe. And sometimes it's really just a coach to show how it can be done, show that it can be done, how to work through those roadblocks, because we all have them. We all have them. So I want to sort of conclude on these 3 stories, at the very least, just recent stories. I could come up with way more, but they all have the same conclusion to them, that when you go to ask for help, and a lot of people don't ask for help because of this, but there is no embarrassment, there's no shame. I had somebody, it felt like it was an indication where getting off your horse because you didn't feel safe was where you were failing something. You're either failing somebody, failing the horse, failing yourself, because you don't want to let them get away with something. But absolutely not. You know, these things, your safety is paramount. So 2 conclusions. 1, if you're asking for help, it's a good thing. Asking for help means you're strong enough to ask for help. Some people are too weak to ask for help. Don't let that be you. If you think you need help, if you think your safety is compromised, ask for help. Indication of a strong person. The second thing is you're going to want to ask for help from a trainer, from somebody who's experienced. If you feel like your safety is compromised, if you are around your horse, or if you're riding your horse, leading your horse, whatever it is, and you feel that you don't have control and you don't have yourself in a position where you're going to stay safe and in turn keep your horse safe, because there's a huge myth out there that horses keep us safe. No chance. No chance at all. I do not believe in that at all. And maybe there are off cases that it does happen, but it's not the norm. Uh-oh, here comes Luke. No, he's just getting a drink. So I would say that the point in time that you should be thinking that you need somebody to help you is that time where you're just like, I just can't do this. And that could be anything. You could just be leading them and they keep pushing you over. You could be petting them and they keep trying to bite you. You could be going to feed them and they push you away, or they indicate they're going to kick you. They pin their ears. All of these things are safety issues. You go to riding, and maybe you'd like to go just in the arena and you just don't feel safe in the arena. I mean, I've worked with people who say that they can only go out on trails. They're like, I like trails, but I don't like arenas. I said, okay, well, and that's maybe more of a human problem. It could be a horse problem. And so you just sort of work through that in increments. And again, safety compromised. Don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. Other people are comfortable in an arena, but they're not comfortable. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Not comfortable on the trails. It's too, my horse is too spooky. Yeah, probably. That's a pretty common thing. It's scary. There are a lot of things out there. So if you're not comfortable and your horse isn't comfortable and your horse needs time, it could be a decent indication that somebody who has experience, who can work your horse through that, who will take the time and go through a series of steps, because this is always a process. It's never an event. And so if you don't have the time, that could be another one, actually, come to think of it now. Because horses take a lot of time. You can't just make them good. It takes time, lots of hours and hours. Whether it's riding or walking around, I hope he stays. I just looked past the tree here, and Macaroni's peering over, saying, "Can you let my buddy out?" Yeah, just a minute. So, 3 things. 1, your safety is compromised. Get some help. Do not risk yourself for pride. I mean, if it's a lack of money, that's a hard thing. But then you might struggle to be in the horse world anyways, because they're expensive mostly expensive. Not this one. I'm pointing at this one only because it's a horse. But safety, time, if you don't have the time to do it, but you really want to go be able to do something with your horse, you need to buy a finished horse maybe. If you want to buy a project horse, you got to have the time. And the last thing really is probably the most important in anything, probably in anything you do in your life, but patience. It's not going to come right away. A lot of things come in just little tiny increments with horses. You might get something good. You might get lucky and like, bam, we just made it all the way through that. But usually it's just going to be this game of inches as you hear it out there. So a lot of patience to just stay cool, stay encouraging, and stick with them. Let them know that you're going to continue to be there to work them through whatever issue it is, whether it's trail riding, arena riding, you know, to not buck or to back up properly or to make turns or to pick up from one gate to another. All of these things, yeah, matter. They really matter that you have the patience to get them through it. And I suppose just an offshoot of all of that might be, you might not just have enough tools in your tool set just yet. Going to a trainer can really, if they allow you to, can really open your eyes to a bunch of other tools that you might not have been aware of. And you can see it directly on your own horse. So another good reason to go to a trainer is you can learn a lot. You might become more educated. I'm not saying you will, but you might, depending on the trainer. So hopefully that's helped. I'm going to do another video because this one's getting kind of long. We're already at 12 minutes or so. But I'm going to do another one on what to look for when you're looking for these people that are going to help you with your horse. So look for that pretty quick after this video. Maybe we'll switch horses. We'll go hang out with somebody else. Oh, Lena's lying down. We should go over to her. Okay, okay, let's take this down. See, this is where you guys were living. You were living in a tree. Just so you know, Macaroni already left. So it's just Luke now, but he was just hanging out right on this edge here. Now he's back there. Anyways. Okay guys, well, I hope, let's go say hi to Luke. I hope you've enjoyed that little idea of hi buddy. He's more hungry than interested in paying attention to me. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Hopefully that's helped some people out there thinking, when do you need a trainer? Well, you need a trainer when you feel unsafe, when you just can't get past something, and you need some tools, and you don't have enough time, and you don't have enough patience, or any combination of those. Get some help. It's okay. It's totally cool. You might find that, you know, after a little bit of time, 2 weeks, a month, couple months, few months, whatever, that your horse hangs out with somebody that has a different pattern, a good one that works for your horse and works for the way you want to do things around horses, then you might just, your relationship with that horse might just go whoo, just like this. And I've seen it happen. It happens. The horse gets past something that they were just stuck at. And it might just be something little, but it could mean everything to them. So hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Luke, it's not like you know your name. I don't know why you're picking up your head. Itchy. Let's scratch. Come here. I can help you. Yeah. Where is it? Tell me now. Oh, you're getting close. Is it over here? I thought you were scratching your face. Okay. See? Sign of a happy horse. Where is it, buddy? Where is it? He said it's right there. Is it there? Is it there? Oh, it's there. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, buddy, I'm all done. Look at my hand. Look at his back. Ugh. Okay, over and out, guys. See you soon.